In 2003, George W. Bush stood before the United States Congress and announced the beginning of military operations to disarm Iraq and to defend the world from grave danger.
At this hour, American and coalition forces are in the early stages of military operations to disarm Iraq, to free its people, and to defend the world from grave danger.
23 years later, as he announced US's operation in Iran, Donald Trump painted a strikingly similar narrative. A rogue regime, a looming threat, and a ticking clock.
Our objective is to defend the American people by eliminating imminent threats from the Iranian regime, a vicious group of very hard, terrible people. Its menacing activities directly endanger the United States, our troops, our bases overseas, and our allies throughout the world.
Trump's Iran war script echoes the Iraq playbook. The rhetoric has been recycled from the threat of weapons of mass destruction from Iraq's Saddam Hussein to the nuclear threat from Iran's Khamenei. But what's familiar is a threat to justify perpetual military pressure and a miscalculated plan for regime change. The US removed Saddam Hussein's regime in Iraq only after a ground invasion and without a stable transition plan. Disbanding the Iraqi army fueled a widespread insurgency. A growing sectarian divide empowered extremist groups. The result, a long insurgency, weak governance, and prolonged instability. Fast forward 2 decades later, the Trump administration is selling the idea that the US has relieved Iranians from the regime.
This is not a so-called regime change war, but the regime sure did change, and the world is better off for it.
Trump has even said that he is ready to support armed Iranian groups to overthrow the government. If history is any indication, external support for armed militia could fragment the country and trigger regional escalation without guaranteeing regime collapse. As the US risks another destabilizing operation with consequences that could last for decades, the question is, will it be responsible for what happens in Iran if the regime does fall? Preksha Jain for India Today.